Hey racers, Paul here at Speed Squad. Got a new upgrade kit for the RJSpeed electric funny car. In our Speed Squad kit here, we've got upper and lower wing mounts. We've got a LiPo tray with long and short hold downs for standard and low center of gravity batteries. This has also got integrated chassis stiffener. This is an additional part of that chassis stiffener with built-in servo mount. We've got a front axle plate spacer. This replaces the 3 white nylon bushings that are in the kit with an integrated servo mount. We got a motor spacer to give you a couple extra teeth on your pinion, 4 body washers with foam pads to protect your paint, and a set of zoomies just to give it that scale look, make it look cool while it's going down the track. Separate from this kit, we have got a custom car stand that you can use for displaying your car or when you're working on it in the pits. If you check out www.speedsquad.net, we've got these on there along with the stands, and you can also get them as bundles. We also have the Legends kit set up as bundles. We're going to start with the motor spacer plate here. On this piece we've got a rounded top edge and a flat bottom edge with 2 notches. Those notches are designed to give you a little extra clearance around this L bracket that they've provided for the kit. So to install this, we're going to use the factory screws that come with the kit. Those are 3/32. We're going to slide this motor spacer into place, slide that motor in. Take one of our screws, get it lined up on that motor spacer, get it lined up on the holes on the motor, screw that in, get it a little bit snug, not too tight that you can't move the motor. Need just enough movement in there we can get that second screw in. For this I'm going to turn the car sideways, a little easier to see. Slide that in. And we got lucky. It grabbed threads for that motor right there. So from there we can adjust it, different size pinions, whatever we need. Set our gear mesh. If we want to go a little bigger pinion, we can slide this out now with that motor spacer in there. Next we're going to install the LiPo tray with integrated chassis stiffener. If we flip the tray over here, we've got a groove cut out in the bottom of the tray, and that allows for the factory body mounts for the rear of the car to sit flush and everything line up perfectly with this car. So the easiest way to do this, now that we've got this center post in, slide that body mount in, just kind of hold it a little bit, come in a little bit of an angle with that LiPo tray, and just set it there. We are going to grab a screwdriver, line up holes here so we can see this easily. Once those are all lined up, make sure that LiPo tray wraps around that center post. We'll flip the car over. With the Speed Squad kit, you are going to get metric screws. So for this, we're going to use 2 M3x8s on the back of the car. We'll get everything lined up here. Get those in. Sometimes they take a little extra pressure just to get them started in this plastic. We'll grab our other M3x8 screw, get that staged. We'll pull our small screwdriver out, flip that car over one more time, get this other M3x8. When you're screwing these down, you want to get them snug, but not over tight because it can strip them out. Now on the center of the chassis here, we've got 3 holes. These are for the factory brace. So we got the rear hole here, we got a middle hole, and we got a front hole. We're going to start with the rear hole. We're going to use another M3x8 for this. We'll get that in there. Same thing with this. When you screw it in, get it snug, but don't over tighten it. The other 2 holes are going to use a little bit longer screws. That middle hole is going to use an M3x12, and the front hole is going to use an M3x16. Next, we're going to move to the chassis stiffener servo brace piece, and on the bottom of this you're going to see 2 channels. You got a wide channel that's going to slide over top of this piece right here that's on the car. We got this narrow channel, and that's for your servo wire, just for a neat clean install as you put this together. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by installing the servo. Kit comes with 4 M3x6 screws. For now, sake of time, we're just going to use 1 for the servo. What I like to do with these is I like to set everything flat on the table. Just snug that servo up. Make sure I got a good bind on it there. We're going to slide that servo wire into place. When it sits into place, we're going to grab the chassis, slide this piece right over top of that chassis. We got a screw staged here, so we got an M3 by 12. That's going to go to your center's hole. We're going to slide that in. Make sure it gets a good bite on that chassis brace. Make sure everything's lined up. Kind of hard to see on camera there. So once we got that one in, we got that tightened down. The front hole right here is an M3 by 16. It's a little bit longer, so we'll get that set up there and guided in. We'll start screwing it in. And this is a lot easier when you're not on camera, so don't mind me missing the screw or slipping the screwdriver. I'm trying to do this and keep everything in frame, so much simpler build when you're sitting in good lighting. And this screw will take a minute. 16 mil screw is pretty long. Alright, now you can see we got that all set into place. We got that servo wire neat and clean in there, sticking out. You got room for your ESC and your speed control, however you want to line those up. Next, we're going to install the axle plate spacer kit with integrated servo mount. So this replaces the 3 white bushings that come with the kit. Same distance on this as it is the bushings. Easiest way I've found to do this is just kind of set that chassis to the side a little bit. Slide the 3 factory screws. So these are going to be 1/16 inch Allen driver, hex driver, and a 1/4 inch nut. Once those are into place, flip it over without dropping them. Get your fingers behind there. Flip it over, get this lined up, slide it into place. And it will be a little tight when you have that servo in there. There we go. Once that's into place, we can grab the axle plate with the wheels on it. Get those lined up. There we go. We can grab the 3/4 inch nuts that come with the kit. Just get those started, a few threads with your fingers. That way your screws don't fall out. And this one by the servo is the toughest one usually, but that one went the easiest. So once we get those into place, we can just set that on its side. We've got a small ratchet here with a 1/4 inch driver. We can just come in, get those screws into place, run that ratchet and those screws, get that snugged down, and everything on this should line up and center itself, so you shouldn't have any issues. Nothing better on a Thursday evening than the sound of a ratchet. There we go, and that's your axle plate into place. So with this, we're going to rotate this, make it a little easier. We also have M3 by 6 screws. You can do it with a standard Allen. You can do it with a hex driver, whatever you have handy. For now, we're just going to do a single screw, but the kit does come with 4 screws. That way you can get your servo locked down in place. Once you have that locked down, you have the top half of the kit pretty much complete. We got the Zoomies to go here, so we're going to jump into those. We do have a right and left set of Zoomies, so you can see the right side's a little bit longer than the left side. We got that right there, so we'll start with the left side. That's what we're looking at for this. These are also M3 by 6 screws. We're going to take one of these, just slide it through the edge of that Zoomie, line it up with the holes in this chassis brace here, get that snug, get that second M3 by 6, line that up, screw it down, get her snug. We'll rotate this around for easy access, grab our last 2 M3 by 6s, same thing, slide it in, line it up, Get that snug, slide that back into place, grab that last M3x6 for your zoomies here. Slide that in, screw her down, get her snug, and again, you don't want to do it over tight and you don't want to strip any of your screws out. So the last piece of this part we have for the chassis is the battery hold downs. So for this kit, we're going to use the short, but each kit will come with 2 short and 2 long. They also come with M3x25 screws. These do have a 2.5mm hex head in them. So what we want to do with these, you can just slide that screw through, grab that hex driver, line it up, come back to, you're going to have a right and a left, and just screw this down. They don't have to be real tight. Leave them loose. We'll grab that second M3x25, slide it through this other hold down. Same thing with it, just screw it down into place. Last part of this kit, racers, is the wing mounts that we provide in this kit. So we've got 2 wing mounts here. You can see this one's recessed. It goes at the top. That way it hides the top of the screw head. And we've got this one right here. It's flat on both sides, so it goes on the underside of the car. Easiest way I found to do this is grab one of your M3x6 screws, just slide it through, and then drive it through your wing. And I've got the holes on my wing just a little bit tight, so they kind of hold into place as I screw them in. I can grab that second M3x6, go to the other side of this wing mount, and just lightly screw that in. We'll take this mount, line it up with the holes that are on the body. We can flip the body over and press them in. We'll take this one right here. Let me get it a good angle so I can show you guys and do this at the same time. We'll take this bottom mount right here, line it up with the screw. Try to hold everything into place. Here we go, let's do it like this. Grab a screwdriver, that's our support. That's your trick right there. Get that in there, give it 3 or 4 threads, just enough that you can grab this other side of this wing, slide it into place. Get it lined up, grab that screwdriver, line it up with the screw, and from there just tighten them down. Again, just get them snug, they don't have to be super tight. Lock that top screw down. We got the body done there. What we'll do is we'll grab our car just to test fit everything. See if we can see what it looks like. Adjust our tires here. Slide that on with the body mounts. You got a top-down view of the car here. You can see the Zoomie sticking out on either side of this. You got your wing in place. You're ready to race at this point. So go out there, have fun. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can check our website out at the top of the screen there. You're going to see menu items under instructions. These videos will be posted along with YouTube, and you'll have a PDF instruction that you can download and print out and use as you need. With that, racers, have fun, good luck, good racing, and enjoy your cars.